workout 9.5, your full body. We got some compound movements today, compound movements. First, we're gonna start with squat thrusters. So you need a pair of dumbbells. They're gonna be at your shoulders. Shoulders are rolled back and down, abs are in nice and tight, shoulder width apart, weight is in the heels. You're gonna drop into your squat and drive and press those weights over your head. You're using the squat to thrust the weights over your head. What this is not is a squat overhead press. So you do not squat, stop, and then overhead press. Show me in squat. Come out of the squat, stop, and then overhead press, okay? The thrust of the weights comes from the thrust from the legs. It is one continuous movement. So do not stop, do not squat, stop, and then overhead press, okay? That's not what we're doing. It's a thruster, okay? This one's gonna get your heart rate up. Then you have man killers, okay? Man killers. Hands are on the dumbbells, abs are in nice and tight. It is one push-up, one row on each arm, abs are in nice and tight. Walk it in, stand, overhead press, okay? In your plank row position, okay? In your plank row position, when you row, those hips should stay nice and square to the floor. If you're unable to do that, you can widen your stance as your first modification and try. If you're unable to do it from that point, you can go to your knees, make sure those hips are dropped, abs are in nice and tight, and then pull the weights and build your strength from there, okay? But what you do not want to do is we show them roll. There you go. No rolling that hip whatsoever. That is pure compensation for the movement, okay? So keep your hips square to the floor, whether you widen your stance or you go to your knees, pick your modification for that, okay? All right, those are your 10 man killers. Also on the man killers and the push-up, the initial push-up, you can do those from your knees if you need it as well. I've showed you the modifications for push-ups enough times by now that you should know which level you are at. All right, next is 10 lunge overhead presses, okay? So this will be 5 each leg. You're gonna stand up nice and tall, shoulders are rolled back and down, abs are in nice and tight. You're gonna reverse lunge and bicep curl at the same time. While in the lunge, you overhead press, release the overhead press, then come out of the lunge, okay? Lunge, overhead press, come out. Abs are in nice and tight, lunge, overhead press, and come out. All right, so you have 10 lunge overhead presses. Then you have jumping jacks after that. You guys know jumping jacks. That is your first round. You're gonna repeat that 5 times. Your second round is 10 Superman push-ups, okay? So it's 1 Superman to 1 push-up. Lay flat on the floor, big squeeze up from that lower back, bring the hands back into the chest, and push right into a push-up, all the way up, okay? On these, I want you going from the full Superman all the way to your toes. No knees on these, all the way up, okay? So 1 Superman, 1 push-up equals 1 rep, all right? Number 2 is ground to overhead press. You need 1 heavy dumbbell or kettlebell, whatever you have, okay? But you're gonna squat, tap that weight to the floor, then press that weight over your head. Squat, tap that weight to the floor, press the weight over your head, okay? Ground to overhead press. Make sure you touch the ground, make sure you have full extension at the top with your weight. All right, next is deadlift to upright row. So this is a RDL, have you go sideways. RDL, so shoulders are rolled back and down before you ever even start the deadlift. Set it up correct, okay? Shoulders are rolled back and down, abs are in nice and tight, lats are engaged, okay? She's gonna slide her hips backwards, get good tension right here, get that deadlift, drive through her heels, come all the way up first, then go into the upright row, okay? 2 separate movements, guys. Deadlift, abs in nice and tight, good, and then up, then upright row. Do not pull your upright row as you're coming up from your deadlift. Don't. That is incorrect, okay? There is no way that you can set up properly for your deadlift or your upright row if you're combining them together like that. So 2 separate movements, 1 deadlift, 1 upright row, okay? So we're full posterior chain activation here from top to bottom with this movement, all right? Then again, you got 50 jacks. When you're done with that, you're gonna repeat that cycle 5 times, and that is your full body workout, 9.5. All right, enjoy.